If it feels easy, it's manifesting. I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Well, I could also say if it feels hard, it's manifesting. Whatever you feel, that's the way that it's going to manifest. So let's look at what makes life feel easy and what makes it feel hard. Because really, the things that we want, the experiences that we want, the way we want our life to flow, it's got to feel easy for it to manifest. Because if it feels hard, that's low vibration, and you're not going to get the experience that you want. You might work hard enough to get some things to stick, but it's always going to be limited, and we came for an unlimited experience. So let's look at some of this stuff here. So why do you want the things that you want? Well, because there's an emotional reason for them. They feel good to you. They feel satisfying, fun. They feel joyous. They feel interesting. All that good, positive, emotional energy. That's high vibration. That's the reason you want them. And quite frankly, that's the vibration of them. And it's nothing more than that. So what happens? Why do we not just live in that easy feeling about what we want and why we want it and receive it? Well, the reason is because we start to get involved with the how and the when and the where and the who when we don't know the creative process. You see, without that knowledge, then we aren't aware of all the resources that are working for us, that are what our inner being is doing and everything. So we take it all upon ourselves that it's us that have to put it all together. And quite frankly, we don't really know. That's not our job as in our human form to have those pieces of our manifestation, the how and the when and the where and the who. That's for our inner being to handle. So if we try to handle it, it just doesn't go well because we're not meant to handle it. We're meant to receive it. And so we get into thoughts like realizing that we can't change people, for example. So we know we can't do that. And so that makes it feel hard if we can't get people to do or be the way we want them to be. We have no guarantees that any of our plans, our scheming, our ideas, that they're going to produce the result we want for sure. And so we have concerns and worries and doubts. You see, we can't be sure if we're the one figuring out the details, because this is a vibrational universe and everything comes together on vibration. And we don't read energy in our conscious level. That's not what our part in the creative process is. Our inner being handles that. It knows the energy of everything, and it can map out a path so that we're connecting with all the pieces that make it easy for us. The other thing that we get into thinking is that we worry that we can't be what we think we have to be to get what we want. And so we're not enough of something, or if we have the skills to do it, or all kinds of questions like that come into the equation if we're just completely relying on ourselves and without the creative process. Other things we think going to take a lot of work and resources. We can think things like that, which is uncertainty because we don't know if we're going to actually have access to the kinds of resources and the kind of output and hours and work effort that it's going to take to make the things happen that we want to have happen. So you see, we go from wanting, and we'll have this idea, oh, what a great idea. I'd like to start this business, like to have a kind of job, like to have this kind of relationship. And then we kind of kick in over here, and it's just a dream killer because we're not set up to do this piece. You see, that's all the piece that our inner being does. So it feels good for a bit until we get into the details, and it doesn't feel good so more. So it's not feeling that easy. So how do we make it feel easy? How can we get it to feel easy? Before I go into that, I'm just going to give you a little idea here of the way that we've been thinking as humanity. So on this side, if you want a glass of water, well, that's easy. If you want some books, you feel that's easy. If you want a television, that's pretty easy. A bicycle, a flower, these things are all, they feel easy. Why? Because we don't associate anything that great to acquiring them. They just seem to be easy to acquire. Now on this side, we want a loving relationship. Oh, well now, how are we going to arrange that? What's it going to take? We want a business. We want to start a business. Okay, now we're talking about, we're starting to think, oh, we got to bring things together. We got to make some things happen. A job, we want an interesting, fun job that pays us what we want, that kind of thing. And it's now all of a sudden, it starts to feel hard. Not like the glass of water, not like going to get a book. There's other things involved that we don't have domain over. Elements, variables in the equation. There's not many variables in the equation over here if you want a flower, but if you want a business, there's all of a sudden there's all kinds of variables and you don't have the answer to them, not in any guaranteed way. You want a house, lots of variables in there too that you're not sure of and how you're going to work with that. And then there's money, and then there's health, and it's like, I'm not feeling well and I want to feel well, but I'm not sure what that's all about, how I get there, and nobody else seems to know how to help me with this ailment that I have. So now there's all kinds of variables in around that, and you have no answer with any certainty any of that. So there's where your hard comes from. But yet, at the same time I say all this thing, everything on this image is a vibration of energy. If you look behind every absolutely thing and you've just seen the energy of a house, or you've seen the energy of a bicycle, it wouldn't look any different. It's just energy. It's not big, it's not small, it's not light, it's not heavy. It's just energy, frequency. You wouldn't know the frequency of one thing versus the other. So there's no hard in this vibrational universe. Everything is easy because everything is a vibration of energy. And there's no size to it, no effort related to it, no figuring out. None of that has anything to do with the receiving of any of this stuff. But we, through faulty beliefs, think that there is things that we have to figure out. There are variables that we have to solve and come to terms with in order to have these things. And that's not true at all. So there's the easy, hard kind of mentality that goes on. So that all factors into when we have a dream and, it feels good briefly as we feel it and we think about it, and then we get into all of this detail stuff and we start to think about the variables, and that stuff is always going to be a feeling of hard. It's not easy anymore. So now we're more on the low vibration side and having to work hard or make things happen or use the law of attraction. But we don't use the law of attraction. The law of attraction uses us. It uses our energy to deliver back to us what matches it. You see, we don't use that, and we don't manifest. Manifestations are based on the energy. But in the absence of understanding the creative process, we're just trying all kinds of things to have the things that we want. But what we want to get back to and what I teach is the natural way of life. And it's this picture here, the creative process. This is what makes it easy. You see, your inner being is here with you all of the time, and it's taking care of the how and the when and the where and the who. And so the process is, here we are on the physical planet, living a physical life, and we're having contrast because we're seeing things we don't like. No big deal. That's just the natural course of life because we have awareness of what we want from an experience. Our inner being is all over it, sets it all up. And so those things that we want, they're all done, taken care of us. All the details absolutely orchestrated, 99%, all taken care of. And then it gets down to a choice. Are we going to feel good feeling thoughts or not good feeling thoughts? And we can do that unconditionally or conditionally, because we know this process, it's all unconditional feel good. We don't need anything to feel good. We just know how it's all set up to work out. So we know everything's taken care of and we're worthy naturally, and we have gifts and talents and ways that we want to express that, and there's people that have a demand for the things that we are and what we do. It's all a cycle that's completely in place and taken care of, and we just got to think those good feeling thoughts unconditionally about this knowledge of life, and then about things that are physical, positive aspects of things that we do enjoy. We can easily fill up our daily bucket full of good feeling thoughts. And then as we do, of course, the law of attraction will take that and connect us with the details of the path, and then we will receive, and we'll know if we are receiving because our inner being gives us emotions that tell us that we are in alignment. We're thinking thoughts that match the energy of that what we want, and there's no specific thoughts. It's just a thought that feels good, a thought with positive emotion. So your inner being listens to what you want, sets it up, and then guides you to it by the thoughts, by the emotion that you feel, because as you're thinking thoughts that are in agreement with what you want and who you are and how life works, you're feeling positive emotion. That's your inner being saying, yes, that's the way it works, that's the way it is. And when a negative emotion comes, I said, no, it's not that way, that's not the way it is. Come back here to what it really is. Get your thoughts back in alignment. So we do have the choice to pick a negative feeling thought, a thought that is out of alignment. And if we do, the process still works. It's just that the law of attraction doesn't send us along on the path to what we want. It sends us on a different path to what we do not want, and that's the train wreck version of life. So we don't want to have that version. We want to have the experiences that we want to have. So we want to follow along and play the game of this joyous expansion by doing our part in supplying those good feeling thoughts as we go through our day. And it's very natural for us to do that because as we know this process, it's easy for us to look at the things in our day in a way that they're serving us, and it's all feeling good to us. So again, what happens though that takes it away from being easy? So if we strip this away and strip it back to what we sort of grow up with, it looks like this. Look at all the pieces that are gone. So now we're just here on the physical plane, physical planet, and mostly with faulty beliefs. So they're dominating our thought energy. We have some good feeling thoughts, but a lot of negative feeling thoughts out of alignment. Law of attraction is still there doing what it does, but it's picking up a lot of that low vibration stuff, hooking us up more to the train wreck. And the train wreck doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad experience. So it could be an experience that is just lacking. It's not as full as you want it to be. And that's always going to be the case when you are not operating from high vibration, but making things happen, right? So in the absence of this full understanding of life, that we only have this piece of it, these little pieces of it, then we resort to effort to make it happen, or we look to money to make it happen, or now we're looking to the law of attraction. And again, as I said earlier, we want to use the law of attraction to make it happen. And it doesn't work like that. We don't use the law of attraction. Again, it uses us. And so this kind of life here is always going to be either a struggle, hard, or lacking in some way. It's not going to be the full experience that you want. And I really don't care what level of money you have. It's still not going to be the full experience because money is not the currency of life. Vibration is. And it's only when you understand and learn how to spend your vibrational currency will you live the unlimited life that you came for. Anything short of that is a limited life. So let's be straight on what is the currency of life. It is not money. But we do try to use money when we don't know this process, and that currency of life is high vibration. Then we have been trying to use effort, money, and now not understanding fully this creative process, trying to use the law of attraction. And that's just more of the same kind of mentality to make something happen, only with a twist of energy, which is faulty. So that's still a faulty belief. This is the only way that it really works in an abundant, unlimited, effortless way, that it's easy. If you want it to be easy, if it feels easy, then it's going to be manifesting. Everything you want is going to be manifesting, because when you're feeling easy and you understand this, there's no resistance. You just understand the contrast. You understand that people in your life are just vibrational mirrors to you. You're not upset or bothered by anything, anybody. And it's all coming together for you in a natural, flowing way of joyous expansion. So that is what it is that makes life easy, so that when you have a dream or a desire occurs to you, and quite frankly, by the time it occurs to you, your inner being already knows it and it's got it set up, because when the contrast happens immediately and instantly at the same time, your inner being has got it set up. So by the time it occurs to you, it's already done, and then you resort to this older thinking way of life, faulty beliefs, and then you're introducing a lot of low vibration energy, and so now it's not easy anymore. And now you're finding you gotta use something to make it happen, either physical effort or some kind of money situation, or now the law of attraction, trying to use that as a thing to get things to manifest, and it doesn't work like that at all. Again, the law of attraction is using your energy, and whatever you're in, whatever energy you're broadcasting is what it's going to bring to you. So if you're doing this thing over here, trying to make things happen, that's low vibration. So again, it's never going to be a full door open for you to receive unlimited abundance, unlimited experiences that you want. There's always going to be some kind of limitation on that. So if it feels easy, and it will feel easy if you understand this, and this is the way you go through your day, and you think in accordance with this creative process, it is going to feel easy to you, because it's all done, it's all set up 99%, and all you got to do is focus on positive aspects of things in your day. Just be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people. Understand other people, that they're vibrational mirrors. Don't get upset with them. They're just coming at you in a way that matches your vibration. So get rid of all of that. Understand your past. It's all contrasts that help you to be aware of a vibration, and you ask more for more. So your life expanded from that. You can have anything that you want because of this creative process, and so that makes you feel good just in the knowing of that. So you go through your day in all of these ways, no way in particular, no specific way. Just as you're going through your day, you're looking at how each and every situation is serving you in the ways that I talk about, and then you're unconditionally always able to feel good about things. And really, you don't need vision boards, you don't need visualization, you don't need affirmations, you don't need meditation. Quite frankly, all of that stuff really is just getting you back to your natural frame of mind, to be calm and to focus on things that feel good. But as you get back into your natural state of mind, you can accomplish your natural being of high vibration by just appreciating, gratitude, focusing on your favorite things, knowing who you are, the truth of who you are, how life works, why you came here. Just the things that are working out for you, and understanding contrast. You see, it's not hard at all to feel good through your day, and we don't got to use all. The only reason we use these tools is to get us back, retrain our mind into more positive focus, and realize that calm is a superpower, and that when we don't get bothered and upset, then we allow for the receiving of answers and solutions and all the details. So that's what makes life easy, makes it feel easy. It makes all of your dreams and desires feel easy. It doesn't matter what it is, a house or a pair of shoes equally as easy. A car or a toothbrush equally as easy. A trip or a flower equally as easy. It's all easy. And the creative process shows us exactly why. Okay, so that's the video for today. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post, and enjoy your day.